Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Custos Gaming HD with a Destiny 2 video, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I'm used to doing. Today's going to be a little story time or podcast type thing. I'm going to be doing it here with my good friend Thomas, or aka Mac Dre, right there. And then we got the real Sonic 06. Don't know who that is, but he's going to be here in this journey with us.
He's a Hedgehog fan.
Yeah, he's definitely. And then you got a Knuckle Tribe. But today is going to be mainly talking about the progression of microtransactions.
What are those Cabal doing out there?
DLC
we need to get past
costs
the security door
compared to the older stuff. Like, I know DLC for the computer. Before I played computer before I played console, and computer, it was DLC because it was just downloadable content. It was never, you didn't have to pay for anything at the time. But now, all the DLC is aside from like a couple games like Overwatch, the content that you get is no way to pay for it. You can pay for it if you wanted to get it. You have to, because you got Halo and Titanfall 2. No, I think that's Halo. But I know Halo is not.
Yeah, I think so.
Halo, you get the content. If you want to buy stuff, you can. I think that Captain went back into the store.
Yeah.
But
we were talking about too, like,
the whole thing about DLC is people want to talk about Call of Duty DLC being more rewarding than Destiny's DLC, which I have to completely argue about.
Currently, yeah.
People, they have to understand the whole difference between the DLC that you get from a game like Destiny, the difference between this and Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you get 4, I think generally it's just 4 multiplayer maps, and then if the game has zombies, a zombies map. Remember, Call of Duty Ghost had it, you get a new weapon. I know they had the Ripper.
Yeah, the Ripper was like the first one that, like, that was like
that was one of the first
big DLC deal, yeah. Yep, I remember. It was like bad when it first came out, and then they buffed it.
Yeah, it was to the point to where it was the I think it was the only game that had DLC exclusive weapons. Because I know Call of Duty's doing the whole content with DLC with the weapons. But you can get those out of loot boxes or supply drops.
Nope.
I grinded the heck out of Call of Duty Ghost, man.
Oh, dude, me
got
too.
it when it came out.
I played that for so long, and then it kind of just, became the same thing as all the other Call of Duty. The same thing you do every single time you play. Kind of got boring.
Yeah.
But
and we didn't blow up.
the DLC issue that people want to talk about is that they're like, oh, DLC for Destiny, I fell off the map. Did we both fall off the map?
Me, I did the exact same thing at the same time.
People want to talk about the fact that Destiny 2 and Destiny 1's DLC is like $30, $40, $60. And yeah, I don't think you should pay $60 for DLC because you're basically paying for another video game. But $30 to $40, it's not that bad of a price. If you look,
I think 30 is reasonable, but like 60 is too much. Unless it's like, which people can argue that so far at this point in the game that Destiny 2 could have just been a DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but I think that if that's the case, it would have been a $60 DLC. But I mean, like you were saying in your video the other day, you have to give this game time to progress and stuff.
Yeah, because it took Destiny 1 3 years to be good. Because if you look at vanilla Destiny 1 and vanilla Destiny 2, they're very much the same content-wise. But people got spoiled by the amount of endgame activities, by the amount of armor and stuff like that happened within 3 years of development. Like, you don't just get that kind of stuff off of launch. You can't. And the same thing with hyping up a game in the sense of like Destiny 2 is people hyped up Destiny 2 a lot. I never bought into the whole hype train because I try not to set expectations when it comes to games because I know for a fact.
Yeah, because you don't want to get disappointed.
I don't want to be disappointed. Same thing with movie trailers. I don't like to watch movie trailers because I'll be disappointed if I watch them. And
I can't do movie trailers anymore. I don't watch them. I don't watch trailers anymore because mainly because movies now like have all been the same and like so oversaturated with stuff, and trailers are like. When you watch a trailer, it's pretty much what happens in the whole movie is in the trailer, and the trailer ends up being better than the movie.
The action scenes were it was the trailer, but there was like one action.
That was like
fight scene.
That was like that new movie with Tom Cruise, or whatever, with the stupid, like another mummy movie or whatever. Like the whole movie was in the trailer.
I don't know if you remember Suicide Squad movie. Everyone loved. I mean, not everyone. People loved the Jared Leto Joker, which I like when people love the Joker. He was pretty cool.
But that trailer was so much better than the movie was.
Yeah, the trailer showed the exact same amount of Joker as the full movie did. Which I thought was kind of misleading.
Exactly.
But with Destiny 2, Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 didn't show all their things. They didn't show all of their content before launch because they knew that people would, get their hopes up really high. And that's exactly what happened with Destiny 2. People saw, they're like, hey, this game's going to be amazing.
Don't let up, Fire Team.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to be really happy about it. Me, I knew this game was going to be amazing. I never once was like, dude, Destiny 2 is going to be the best game ever. I mean, is it fun? Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Is it rewarding? I'm sick of it.
It takes a lot of little things, like what we were talking about earlier, like mantling is so nice. I mean, it makes it such a better feel game, and like the subs are really awesome. But I think that like exotics and legendaries drop too often. But I don't know. It's hard to say that though because my only quirk with Destiny 1, and I think a lot of people who didn't grind the game, like maybe in like year 2 or so, felt the same way. Like if you still pick it up and you grind it for like a few weeks or whatever, like you can do a raid and do the most work and work really hard and not get anything from it.
Yeah.
But some random guy who joined with you will get, like
the gun that you most need.
The gun he was looking for. And you can do it 4 or 5 times and never get anything, and then that dude does it once and gets like 3 exotics, like that was the only frustrating thing. But I mean, it's just part of it, and like you learn to accept it, and that it just means spending more time on the game. But I think that where a lot of people get upset with Destiny 2, and I can kind of relate to this, but I still am obviously having fun playing it. I haven't grinded it like I grinded Destiny 1, but
Destiny 1 have 4,000 or so hours into Destiny 1, so definitely love that game more than like Destiny 2.
Insane. But when people like when Destiny 2 came out, everyone's like, all right, new Destiny, and then they play it, and then they're like, oh, this is kind of like the same thing, but really they shouldn't have expected, like such a drastic difference, because it's still called Destiny, so it's still gonna play like Destiny.
Yeah.
There's new places to go and new things to do, but it still plays up the other games. So that's why I think some people were wishing it had been a DLC instead.
Yeah. And like the next thing,
because they hyped it up and it was like a big release and everything, and it's like it's still super similar. We're just in different places,
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the microtransactions, because I know EA a couple months ago, or I think it was like last month, they come under fire for putting in basically pay to win. They were like, hey, you can either buy this thing that will basically let you win if you buy it instantly, or you can
which Black Ops 3 had as well. Black Ops 3 had the better guns you could get, like the better sniper.
It was like, or you can spend 60. I think a Reddit user did the math. It was like 60 to 70 hours worth of grinding to add up to the amount of tokens you'd have to get
that in
game. Which was stupid. It was honestly stupid. Fortnite did the same thing with theirs. It was like they even admitted to it. They're saying that either you can buy this now for $10 or you can spend 40 to 50 hours grinding this. Given Fortnite doesn't have a pay-to-win system because it's only cosmetics, which I'm okay with. Completely okay. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, they were all completely cosmetic only. They didn't change the way anything played.
Right.
They didn't give you a good gun.
And same with World War II.
Yeah, same thing with World War
like
II.
The new
Given, I can
nice. Like,
guarantee that
if
they're
you
going to
wanna
make it
pay,
to where more come out
look
later,
different.
to where the variants.
Well,
slow
we're talking about like DLCs, but like it's nothing like over the top, and that's what was so nice about Black Ops 2, is that they were DLCs like it wasn't like one DLC that was $50-$60 and it's like 8 map packs and 10 guns and stuff, and so it's like you feel like you're absolutely missing out. Like in Black Ops 2, they released 2 or 3 DLCs, and you could not get it and not feel like you're crazily like missing out, because there's a ton of the people that didn't have it, still playing the regular maps and still enjoying the game for what it is. And that's what's nice about World War II, is that if you want to pay, like, that's how microtransactions should be. Like, if you spend your money, your ROL money, to look different or to get a gun that looks different,
that's
how it should be, right? But like, it should be like, yeah,
no one's forcing you.
This guy spent $150 on COD points to buy, mystery boxes, whatever, just so he can get this super OP sniper, that's a one shot for the whole body, and like you're the only person that has it. Like that to me is BS. Like that should never be.
That should never be the case. You should never have that privilege of doing it.
Now, pay DLCs, fine with me. Like 6 months, 6 or 8 months after the game's been out, release some map packs, a refresh. Pay like you said, $20-$30, $40 at the most. Because if I'm paying more than $40 for DLC, it better be 60 gigabytes worth of game.
Which is kind of what
it better be like a new game.
Rise of Iron. Rise of Iron, I think it was $60.
That's how I felt with all our DLCs. Every time I got a DLC in Destiny 1, I was like, all right, this is refreshing. So much stuff to do, brings life to the game, and then you can still together. Like when I got Rise of Iron, when it came out, we grinded that and like played for so long, and it added so much to the game, and like it was like a full refresh. Like someone's like, oh, people, you still play Destiny? It's like, yeah, get on and play Rise of Iron. I mean, it's essentially a new game, but you're still there and you've never left, and you know the game, and now there's just more stuff to do. I mean,
that's what people got mad about with Destiny 1 whenever what's it called, Dark Below, I think it was. Yeah, Dark Below and House of Wolves. When those 2 DLCs came out, people were really upset. They're like, wow, this is really sucky amount of content for $15 that I paid, or $20 I think it was, $15-$20. And is he seriously already going towards the base?
He's running right to it.
Yeah.
I tried to solve this once and I got super close.
With Curse of Osiris, people automatically, like the day it came out, the exact day it came out, people were like, this game sucks, the DLC is the worst, I'm not playing Destiny 2 ever again, this game is the worst. It's like, just give it time. The whole motto of Destiny 1, when people would complain about it, was, see you next Tuesday. Because that's when the weekly reset was. Everyone came back for the weekly reset because they wanted that Gallahorn, that icebreaker. They wanted the gun that they wanted, and so they were obviously going to keep coming back and doing it until they got what they wanted. Like me, I have 4,000 hours in a single video game because I wanted.
Dude, he put that shield up right when I shot my rocket. That makes me mad. Sorry.
Like I wanted.
Yeah, you have more hours in that game than I know anybody.
Oh no, it's like I wanted the Gallahorn. I wanted the better guns. I wanted the meta of everything. I wanted the grasp of Malak.
Yeah, you and I played for like 30 hours straight.
I don't know, it's like I played from when I got off of work at my old job. That was like 4 o'clock.
We were like some of the first people in the queue.
Yeah, we were some of the first people in the queue, and then immediately, like 5 minutes later, just put down like 500.
We got booted out and got placed like super down the list, yeah. Which made me so mad because we were some of the first people in there, and literally I've got a picture somewhere on my old phone that says like you're 100 of whatever, and it was like right when they opened the servers, and then they had to close them.
Yeah,
so it's just about.
You just too many people on there. What do you mean? I feel like, oh, Destiny's dead. Like they're like, oh, Destiny's dead at the time of that coming out. And I was like, I don't know what game you're playing, but this game is completely not dead. People say, oh,
very much. Holy heck, there are too many puppies here.
No. 300,000 is a pretty good amount.
Dude, I got on Black Ops 2 last week, and there was 13,000 people playing. And that was not last week. It was right around Christmas, but still, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah,
Black Ops 2 was a really good Call of Duty. I loved it.
Yeah, Alex and I still grind Modern Warfare 3 doubles, and we come across plenty of people.
Like I didn't
Are
put
you
as many
grabbing that
hours
thing?
into
Alright.
Destiny. I didn't put as many hours as I did in Destiny 1 into any other game. I can't think of a single game aside from Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was like my favorite Call of Duty.
Yeah, dude, we used to play that back in the day. I never played it when it was fresh, but we used to play it. Even in 2014, 2015, we...
Yeah, I remember when it first came out, I was with my cousin and my uncle. And I was like, oh, what is this game? They're like, oh, this is the new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. And I was like, okay, you know, can I play for a little bit? Because like I've been playing video games since I was a wee lad.
A wee little babby.
Yeah, ever since Halo came out for the PC, like 2001, I think it was 2003. Is whenever I started playing games, and so I started playing when I was really young, and I've just never stopped. I've always been playing video games, and video games, no matter what's going on in my life, video games have always been like the forefront of my interest. Like, obviously, yes, I wanted to become an anesthesiologist, like in the medical field, but I don't want to go to school for 12 years at least, and then be a couple $100,000 in debt, and then a couple of years after I graduate, be like, man, this isn't actually what I wanted to do, because, you know, my interests come and go.
School's not for everybody. I mean, you gotta do what you like.
Yeah, it's like interests come and go for me. And so I wanted to do gaming, something to do with gaming. So that's why I'm planning to go to college at Full Sail University to get a bachelor's in game design.
Sponsored.
I
Sponsored
wish.
by.
I wish.
Yeah, dude, that guy. For as much as that guy rushed in, he sure didn't do anything.
I know he rushed in and got a lot of orbs.
And he was rushing us at the beginning too, and he sure didn't do jack diddly squat for as much as he was rushing and pushing us to move. I was like, I guess he really needed this.
But that will conclude this episode of Storytime. This is going to be a little, I'd say either weekly. I think I'm going to do on like a Monday or something like that, or I might do it more frequently.
Talks with Thomas.
Yeah, talks with Thomas. Yes.
We could call that
Toxic Talks.
Thomas times. Tilted with Thomas. That's what it should really be called. You really need to have a rage Taj of me, because I don't know. I guess I haven't really been in too many of your videos, but I can do some screaming. Also, I'd like to dedicate this episode to my fallen friend and comrade, my office chair, my best friend for the last 4, almost 5 years, has died today. I've been packing on some pounds lately. I've been working hard in the gym, and I had that second barbecue sandwich today.
And
I sat down, and his axle just snapped right in half. The metal part, I mean, literally snapped in half. And his remains are in my floor. So, R.I.P. to you, my friend.
Rip chair. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, dead chair. That should be the title of this episode.
But I'm going to be doing this more often if you guys want it to, so leave me a comment or anything on Twitter, or just message me, because I'm pretty sure...
Rest in peace, my friend.
Rest in peace, Chair. Rest
Sorry,
in peace.
okay.
No, rest in pieces, because there's a lot of pieces in the fire.
He snapped in half. I could just mount the chair on the ground like a gaming chair or something.